For the past 3 months, I've been cycling across Europe with a stray puppy, headed towards Turkey and into Asia. Along the way, we've passed through 16 countries and just recently arrived in Turkey, reaching Lüleburgaz Bicycle Academy, a renowned stop-off for world-traveling cyclists on the crossroads between Europe and Asia. In this video, we'll be exploring Istanbul, rebuilding the tallbike's fork and steer tube, which were damaged by the Rhodope Mountains, and cross to the Anatolian side of the city, marking the beginning of our journey through Asia in the years ahead. Turkey's Bicycle Academy has become a central hub for bicycle travelers passing through the region. Funded by the local government, the academy provides free mechanical support and accommodation for cyclists, while also offering a glimpse into the country's fast-growing bike culture. More than 500 travelers have been here so far, each one leaving their mark on the map. We had now been here for 5 days, using the time to plan a route ahead and carry out maintenance on the tall bike. Mambo had sustained serious damage from the Rhodope Mountains and would need further repairs once we reached Istanbul. Word of our journey quickly reached the media, and before long we were featured in a story that made headline news across platforms. And then eventually I thought, why not stack one bike on top of another bike, and that's how it all started.
Bisikletin üst üste birleştirilmesiyle oluşan uzun bisikletiyle yaklaşık 6 ay önce dünya turuna çıktı. Türkiye'ye ulaşan gencin yol arkadaşları ise Sırbistan-Roma sınırında bulduğu yavru bir köpek.
6 yıldır görenleri şaşırtan bisikletiyle yollarda. Dünya turunda ona yolda bulduğu yavru köpek eşlik ediyor. Yolda arkadaş olan ikili şehir şehir, ülke ülke geziyor. İtalyan Alex Sibny 19 yaşında. Ailesiyle birlikte İngiltere'de yaşayan genç 5 yıl önce iki bisikleti üst üste birleştirerek kendi tabiriyle uzun bisiklet elde etti.
After almost a week off, it was time to start the 3-day ride into Istanbul. But first, there were a few things I needed to leave behind.
All packed up. Plenty of pasta to last me through the day, and I found some mayonnaise by chance. So, yay me. But I'm leaving some stuff behind because my bike is just too heavy. So in terms of clothes, I'm leaving all of that. In terms of tools, all of that. Water, more clothes. This is how much stuff I'm leaving behind. In reality, by the way, that's less than a tenth of what I have. So yeah, I really don't exaggerate when I say I overpack. This is a lot of stuff, but the majority of this stuff hasn't been used in the last 3 months. Anyway, let's head off to the city. Back on the road again. As this sign says, we've got 141 kilometers until Istanbul. Oh my, did you see that? And we have made it to the Sea of Marmara. The last time I saw the sea was roughly 6 months ago, back in Amsterdam. You can see over there in the distance, I can just see all these black dots, which are people in the water, like hundreds of them. It's a real tourist spot over there.
2.5 days later, and we were finally entering the outskirts of the city. Istanbul spans over 150 kilometers and is home to more than 16 million people. Between the heavy traffic and erratic driving, navigating these crowded highways was becoming a real challenge.
I think it's safe to say that today really isn't my best day so far. I can't count on 2 hands the number of times I've almost been hit in the last 3 hours. Not because of being on a tall bike, but just because of Turkish drivers and whoever else happens to be driving on these roads. Dear God. And that happens a lot as well. Yeah, why not add to it, you know? My senses are already fully geared up, the smell of the pollution, the sound of the cars, But yeah, why not just scream at me as you pass? Thanks.
As you can probably tell, Istanbul's traffic was really starting to stress me out. So I decided to push on without stopping, eager to escape the chaos as quickly as I could.
Well, I'm now properly in the outskirts of the European side of Istanbul. You've got the Sea of Marmara over there. Still got a bit more uphill, but the roads are only going to get worse. Holy f***, this is fast! Anyway, welcome to Istanbul! Well, it's a little calmer now, but not a lot. At least they're mostly going my speed. Well, we've now expanded to 6 lanes on either side.
The worst was behind me. Now I just had to weave through the busy streets of the city to reach my hotel for the night. But first, I needed to exchange my leftover Bulgarian currency while being surrounded by curious onlookers.
Thank you.
Istanbul has a vibrant pet culture, giving Nova the chance to socialize with other dogs for a change. And meet more humans too.
Beep beep. Mind out.
I had booked the only pet-friendly hotel I could find online, but upon arrival, I was told that there are no rooms free.
But I don't have a free rooms. Okay.
Okay.
So your reservation in this hotel. We are synonym hotel. That's the synonym name. Just go to the location and show your reservation. They give you rooms. Just that.
Okay.
Since I had already paid, I had no choice but to head to a partner hotel that he directed me to.
Bin bakayım bin.
I don't understand, sorry.
Bin nasıl bineceksin?
I don't understand English.
Bineyim mi?
No.
Lan geber nasıl
No.
Sen düşmüyorsun. Yere düşmüyorsun.
I don't speak Turkish, sorry.
Getting through the busy markets was no easy task, as everyone wanted their chance to stop and talk to us.
I have to go.
But when I finally reached the second hotel, I was told that they wouldn't accept Nova.
Don't take the animals.
Because I made a booking for that and they already took the money out of my account. I made booking for them, but they said...
We don't take it any animals.
Ne diyor?
Adam şey diyor, ben lavabo koyacağım diyor.
Olmaz.
Bu
Booking'de yazıyor
zaten buradan değil, Happy Dreams'den de almış rezervesi. Buraya gönderdiler, orada
Tamam.
odalar yok diye şeyler.
Hayır orada değil. De ki hayvan olmadığını almıyor seni. Hayvanı dışarıda bir yerde bıraksın böyle bir şey yok.
A few moments later.
So after a little bit of calling customer services and actually failing to get through, I think I might have scared them into letting me have a room. And they seem quite reluctant to let the dog, but I think dog's going in there. And I hopefully will be able to bring bike here.
I left my bags at the hotel and headed back out into the city to meet Altuğ, the last fellow tallbiker I knew of on my tour.
Herhalde şey yapmış anladım. Dünyayı geziyormuş abi. İyi de bunlar mesela durdu. Nasıl dengesini sağlayacak? Güzel.
We met in the center and set off on a ride as he showed me around the city. I was surprised at how city-friendly the tallbike felt without the weight of my bags. We could weave in and out of traffic with ease, thanks to the elevated viewpoint, which helped us to spot obstacles earlier than other vehicles.
Hey, here's a life hack.
They don't like it.
You don't like it?
Yeah, some of them maybe get number.
Huh. want to know this. Say hello.
I figured I'd send up the drone to get some shots of the city from above. But just 5 minutes later, the police had showed up.
What are they saying? Drone
Yeah,
stuff?
like there's lots of military stuff in here. If you don't have license and go up again, I will take the drone.
Great. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, and I can do this. Mind out. I can do this. Yes!
We said goodbye for the night, and I began making my way through the busy crowds back to the hotel. The day had already been so stressful, but things got worse when the staff at the hotel told me I couldn't bring my bike inside for the night, even though they had agreed to it earlier.
It will fit. I can't put it here. It needs to go inside somewhere. Like even just against the wall there, it won't take up much space. That's not safe.
With Istanbul's notoriously high theft rates, I didn't want to risk leaving the tallbike out on the street overnight, but it seemed like I might not have much of a choice. As a last hope, I tried asking in some other hotels if I could leave the bike there.
I need somewhere to put my bicycle in the night. Can I pay you 100 lira just to put inside bicycle in against wall inside? It's good? Problem. Ah, okay. Okay, never mind. Thank you.
The next morning, with my bike thankfully still intact, I rode back into the city and joined Altuğ as we headed to a fabrication workshop to repair the tallbike. Since Altuğ's tallbike had been built at the same workshop, I felt cautiously optimistic in trusting strangers to carry out the surgery on mine. To give you some context, Mambo's fork and steer tube had been damaged while crossing the road opes, where the rough roads and our combined weight of 160 kilos had actually bent the fork and steer tube outward, putting it at risk of breaking. So our job was to bend it back to its original shape and add reinforcements to ensure it wouldn't happen again.
I'm not sure this is the best way to do it.
As you can imagine, watching the most critical part of my bike get hit from every angle wasn't easy for me.
Oh god.
Once the fork was somewhat straightened, we started trying to remove the wedge from inside the steerer, so it could be replaced with a thicker one.
Wow, that's long.
Leave toy for no.
And this is what was holding my entire bike together at the fork, which is now flattened by a hammer.
With the newly strengthened steer tube reinstalled, it was time to test it out. then began our ride towards the other side of the city. Istanbul is divided into two main parts, the European and Anatolian sides, each one on a different continent. Unfortunately, crossing the Bosphorus by road isn't an option, as the bridges over the strait are off limits to pedestrians and cyclists. So our only choice was to take the ferry for 2 kilometers to reach the other side. Just like that, we were now in Asia. The next morning, I went to collect an exciting new addition for the tallbike. Since she was a puppy, Nova had been transported in the tallbike's cargo bay. But over the past 2 months, she'd completely outgrown her little space and needed something more permanent.
And today's the day when the trailer has finally arrived.
We'd found a cargo trailer from a local company and had it delivered to Istanbul, with plans to turn it into a cozy home on wheels just for Nova. After fitting the trailer mount, I realized the rear rack's position conflicted with the trailer, which meant the tallbike would need additional modifications once back on the European side of the city. Although we had planned to just pass through, we'd already spent over a week in Istanbul, and there was still so much to see and do before we'd be ready to leave.
Hadi görüşürüz. My mother.
With some help from a friend, we created the folding roof for the trailer out of an old chair and added some solid walls. Our next stop was another bike shop. Mambo's drivetrain had already covered more than 5,000 kilometers over the past few years, so a new chain and crankset were long overdue. Then it was back to the workshop to install higher rack mounts above the trailer's axle. Tallbike fixed and good to go, we stayed a few more days on the Anatolian side, mapping out our next steps. The plan was to make our way into central Turkey, aiming for Cappadocia, which was my original endpoint when I had planned the tour nearly a year before. It was time to begin the journey into Asia. But that's for the next video.